You can see the Strava results.
Yeah, you can see Strava from a lot of these guys. So I'll link. Yeah, if you look at my Strava, Eat Plants on Strava, then you can see my ride, and then you'll see everyone else's data, and it's quite interesting to see the power discrepancy. So a lot of people who did a similar time to us will have had varying power. So people who weigh more will be doing more power, and then you can work out the watts per kilo from there. It's quite interesting to see. Oh, here we go.
That's Anna. She's from Colorado.
Anna from Colorado. She is so strong, so strong. She got. I think. Did she get the QOM?
She does have the QOM.
Yeah, she's got the QOM. That's crazy.
Looking at her stats this morning, actually, she's ridden 5,100 miles this year compared to my 3,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, she's been crushing in the hours. She's got like close to 20 hours this week.
That's insane.
And,
so there's Durian Rider getting dropped already. We haven't even started yet, and he's getting dropped.
The 82 kilo bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Going past some monks.
Dude,
So
look at my cadence. It looks pretty high.
here you go. So this is the start of the climb, start of the segment, and yeah, just at the beginning we started off pretty. Oh, here we go. So when we go through the gates, this is the start of the segment, and to be honest,
is that the start, or is it where the green sign was right here?
It's somewhere around here.
Okay, I always start it right here where this pole is, because that
Okay,
green,
okay.
That's where they.
That's good to know. That's good to know. I'm learning too. So yeah, here you go. 400 watts. So it's starting to hot up a little bit the pace. So to be honest, though, at the beginning we kind of not soft pedaled, but the pace wasn't as hot as it got later on, which is quite a good way I find to start a TT. Is not to go too hot in the beginning and redline yourself too early. So it was good because the other thing was we actually didn't warm up before this, so it was just straight into it. So it was probably not a good idea to just go and try and do 400 watts for the first 10 minutes. So what have we got? What are people saying?
This guy.
Oh, I'm from Slovakia.
Yeah, he.
Cool. Cheers for tuning in. Oh, cool. Wicked.
So I was saying hello. Andrew.
Andrew.
What's up, Andrew?
Nice, Andrew. All right, cool. Yeah. So my target here. So the target here is to do a sub 35 up Doisatep, which is how big is the climb? Like how many k is it?
It's 6.5. It's 10K, so
10K.
6.5 miles with 2,100 feet.
2,100 feet. So doing that in a sub 35, and yeah, in a group like this. So everyone's trying to get sub 35, and yeah, I'm trying to keep. My target is to do just around 300 watts, and then keep my cadence around 95 to 105. Pushing 300 watts. So at the moment I'm getting the advantage of all this drafting, which I'm loving, because normally I do most of my TT solo, and it's unusual, but I enjoy it. I like sitting behind someone's wheel. I don't want to get too used to it though. But it was also very wet up the Doi today, because which is slippy, which means that we're going to be going slower than we could do if it was dry.
It was even slippier at the Q&A station today.
Yeah. Remy fell over on the flat.
Going 2 miles an hour on a 48 centimeter bike.
Nice. Style. So keeping around 300 watts, 105 cadence. That's and you can see the gradient in the top right hand corner. The gradient and how far we've gone so far up the climb. So that big wiggly line that looks like a vein in someone who's taken a lot of steroids is Doisatep, and we are not even a quarter of the way into it yet. Pushing around 300, 400 watts there. Dogs in the road there. You have to watch out for stray dogs. So, let me see here. Oh yeah, I didn't have a heart rate monitor because I knew that I didn't need a heart rate monitor because I didn't want to see myself redlining. My goal for this TT was just to try and relax. To whenever I felt like I was on the limit, just to pull it back and focus on my breathing, or focus on something like Nate in front of me. Focus on his chain, like passing through his derailleur, that was really relaxing. And so I was just, every time I would start to think I'm pushing too many watts, I would just focus on his chain going through his derailleur, and it completely brought my heart rate down again and did the job. So yeah, just I wanted to because I don't get to do many TTs like this of this kind of length, and it really tests your mind, your mindset. Are you able to relax even when you're really on your limit over a long period of time? And yeah, it's just it's amazing training. We literally woke up and went and did like a big sub 35 TT up Boissetep, and I can't think of a better way to wake up or train. So much fun. But yeah, just to try and concentrate on my breathing and holding the watts, keeping a certain cadence, and heart rate. And my heart rate wasn't really very relevant, so didn't include it, because I know that whenever I see like 180 heart rate on my Garmin, I start to panic. so maybe a good test would be actually to take my heart rate monitor, and even when I do see 180 on my heart rate monitor, I can still have the iron will to relax. Relax.
Toby says, I like your other videos, but this is a cringe live stream.
Oh, Toby, dude. Why you go say that? What do you want to know, Toby? What do you want to see? What do you want to see?
Thanks, Vegan Drains. I love the name, by the way.
Yeah, how is it cringe, man? How is it cringe? Toby, come on, man. What do you want to see then? What do you want to see? Ask us a question.
Yeah, they've been asking questions. They're like,
oh,
how
cool.
tall is Sean? Is it mandatory for helmets? I've been responding to all
Oh,
of them.
yeah.
That's why I was,
Okay,
like,
cool.
not saying
Yeah.
anything.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know. So helmets. Yeah, I think it's mandatory,
KOM
isn't it?
26 minutes.
What's that?
Can you get the KOM 26
Can we
minutes?
get? Oh man, I don't. Well, we were talking about that today about the guy Peter Pooley, I think,
He's a professional, right?
Yeah, he's
full
like
natty bra.
Full natty bra. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think any time below 26 minutes or around 26 minutes, I think you've got to be like on something. I think you're taking tramadol, or you're like on a lot of asthma inhalers, salbutamol. I don't know. I don't think that kind of time is possible, especially solo. And I think he did it solo, which is insane, unless he had some kind of crazy tailwind and he was motor pacing. But yeah.
So there's about, I would say there was probably a good 20-ish people in the group.
Oh yeah, a big group. Yeah.
20 in the group, and then Toby, the ride is 10 kilometers, which is 6.5 miles, and there's 2,100 feet. He's been busted for drugs. Used to have
No
the
way.
Alpe d'Huez KOM.
Really?
Nice to know, George. We'll have to look that up.
That's interesting. Yeah. We'll check the sources.
And,
that's interesting.
Loris 2211 says the answer is Sprite. I don't know if you see my Sprite yesterday when we tried to do the live feed. I had 3 or 4 in my hand.
Just water today. just water today.
Rice and water and smoothies.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I think helmets up there is mandatory, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is all of Thailand, or Chiang Mai at least.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy is I actually forgot my helmet today.
Oh, really?
I thought I had everything, and I'm riding down the street, and then I stopped behind this girl on a motorcycle.
Oh, did you? I didn't even notice.
Dude, I went like this, and I was like, oh my god. And then I was like, oh my god, I forgot my helmet at home. I hope I don't get in trouble. IP Freely says helmets are not required in Thailand. I think it's just up the door.
Yeah, I think it might be up the door.
Just up the door.
Yeah, I think as soon as you pass through those gates, I think, and like national parks in Thailand, I think that's when you're supposed to wear your helmet.
Eric the Banana Peel said was 3 frames per second, now 30 frames per second.
Okay, well, it's probably gonna vary, just connection.
And George said back in 2002, 1-year ban, he thinks.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. So for Peter Pooley, that's interesting. I think anybody doing a sub, I don't know. So anything like Peter Pooley, I think, Pouly, I think, or maybe with an E.
Thailand training.
Yeah.
Alpe d'Huez.
So I think in my opinion, from experience of going up Boissetep, I think anybody doing like around 26 minutes, like maybe even a sub 27 is on something, because, and especially if they're doing it solo. Maybe if you were motor pacing, or you were in a group and there was a really heavy tailwind, then maybe. But I don't know. I don't know, questionable.
Well, nobody's taken Thibaut Pinot's KOM on the Alpe d'Huez since July 25th, 2015, 42:09.
Maybe they flagged it. Maybe someone
Possibly.
flagged his ride. But yeah, let us know if it gets laggy at all, and we can try and sort it out.
All right, yeah, Peter Pooley, August 22nd, 2012, 38:34. That's
What?
like 4 minutes faster than Pinot's. So they totally flagged it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
Hey, the girl's not that far off, 45:51.
Oh,
3
crazy.
minutes off of
Yeah, that's awesome.
Pinot. That's cool.
Emma Pooley.
Emma Pooley.
Any relation?
Peter Pooley. Emma
It's
Pooley. They're
Peter
spelled different.
Pooley in a dress. It's Peter Pooley in a dress.
Oh, dude, this is pretty awesome. Let's see.
What's
not
the average?
accurate on helmets, not law in Thailand anywhere.
Oh, okay.
I literally thought that they were saying, like, in the vegan cycling group that on the Doi you had to wear helmets, but I've seen a Thai person every single day without a helmet, and I was just curious. So if that's not the law, then it's not the law. I'm just going by what I was told in the Facebook group.
Well, I would wear a helmet anyway because it's so dangerous descending. So you want to take one up with you if you're planning on riding down.
Loris 2211 wants to know any bike touring.
Any bike touring? Yeah, I think there is going to be there is a possible multiple day ride that we're going to do. We're planning it at the moment, so we'll see. But there's going to be some big epic rides coming up. Like, well, on Sunday we're doing Doi Intanon.
Doi Intanon. I looked up Harley's time from last year. 130 miles with 11,000 feet of climbing.
Crazy.
It's pretty good. I've done a couple of rides like that, so I'm not too worried because it's just going to be all in one little spot. But so yeah, George Corbin said Emma's from the UK. She weighs about 50 kilos. He knows a lot about cycling. Tommy May 700. I didn't forget about your question. What are our personal bests up the Doi? You go first.
So my personal best up the Doi is 34:23. 34:23.
All right. So you guys see me right now. I'm on the red bike on the left-hand side in front of Anna. Yesterday, I got dropped off at 14 minutes in, and I PR'd yesterday at 38 minutes and 38 seconds, and it said I averaged 250 watts on Strava. Well, today, I just tried to go and be consistent, and I was behind Ash, and I beat my time by 1:24 seconds, so now I have 37 minutes and 14 seconds. I didn't look at the average watts, but I can look that up right now.
So what do you think that was? Why do you think that you got a better time?
Consistency?
Without the group, yeah. So you think in this ride you were surging? Do you think that's what it was, or?
Yeah, I think that I couldn't find a rhythm very well. And also I felt like I had a really high cadence. And when we were riding on the flats, I like brought down the cadence and like a gear or two and like used my legs. See, now I'm about to start dropping off. I'm over on the left, guys. I'm about to get dropped off.
The orange bike.
But I didn't give up, and I smashed as hard as I could to the top, and I still PR'd by like over a minute, which was really cool.
Yeah.
But I beat that time by like today, and it was just super smooth. It was the smoothest, consistent time I've been up the mountain.
Yeah.
And I'll look at the wattage guesstimation here.
So we've got a ride tomorrow at the TT to end all TTs up the Doi. We're going to go for a sub 30. So, and there goes Nate. So Nate's just dropped off. The pace got too high for him. But so I moved up to third wheel.
It says Peter Pooley's best time is 25:47 up the Doi.
25:47.
Yeah.
Oh, that's full natty bra.
Yeah. So it said that I averaged 261 watts today up the Doi. At 35 minutes. That's not that much, but it's a work in progress, and I'm stoked because I know I'm going to get sub 35. It might not be tomorrow, but it might if I can figure out a way to stay in the group and stay calm.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think if it's going to be interesting tomorrow because I don't know, because if the pace is really hot at the beginning, it's going to be difficult to stay with them, isn't it? So it's like, I don't know, it's going to be interesting. But like you said, just keeping calm. I think keeping calm is the biggest. Keeping calm in your mind, because your mind is everything when it comes to something like this.
Did you vote for Mr. Plants?
Mr. Plants? What's that?
TW.
Oh, yeah. Did I vote? Yeah, I voted, yeah. Corbyn.
Yeah.
I voted Corbyn, and I was actually listening to it this morning. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that he stopped what the hard Brexit stuff.
Um, yeah, so Bradley, anybody can join the ride on Sunday, but it's a very expert ride. It's a lot. And to follow that up, IP Freely, we are doing an athlon on Sunday. There was a group of dudes that did it yesterday, and they finished. And we're going to do it on Sunday. We're going to start about 4 a.m. And it's going to be great. It's going to be a great ride. It's like going to be the very first like real ride that I've gotten to do here in Thailand. So I'm super stoked.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it in a. I think it's a lot of us going out, but I think we're probably gonna split up into smaller groups and like pace line it out there because it's very flat all the way there. I think it's like 40 miles to the national park to Inthon, and then when you get there, you pay 300 baht, and then they let you into the park, and then it's just a climb all the way up. I'm not sure how long it is, but it is like one of the. It's long.
It's gonna be long. If it's 10,000
It's gonna
feet,
be long. Yeah, it's gonna be long.
it's gonna be.
But yeah, we'll probably try and stick together all the way up.
And,
yeah.
We let the Vegan 46 know when you can order Eat My Plants.
Oh yes, the caps. So 3 days they're supposed to be coming to me, but I'm not going to be there. So I'm gonna be doing some pre-orders for the hats. So I will let you know as soon as I've set that up while I'm here in Thailand, and then when I get back to Thailand, I'll start posting them out, and yeah, everyone can have an Eat Plants hat.
Yeah. So George, yeah. So Paul Van Zweel is actually on the front of this ride. He's the one pacing the ride, and he did great.
Yeah, it was really good.
You know, I don't have a power meter, so I can't watch the watts, but I like going by feel. But yeah, I'll get a power meter soon.
It's
But
interesting
yeah, Paul's great. Super kind guy, very strong, very light on the pedals.
He's very. If you in a minute when this guy in front of me drops off, you'll be able to watch Paul's technique, and he's just so steady. Like his upper torso, his torso doesn't move at all. It's just his legs pumping. It's yeah, some professional technique in action. Yeah, it's very cool.
Loris, 2211. I'll be in Thailand till the 27th, so 3 weeks total. How about you?
22nd, I leave.
Okay. So about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I found out everybody actually here is staying for like 2 months to like 6 months.
Yeah, I know.
Besides
crazy.
like maybe a few people, everybody else like is staying for super long time. I couldn't make that happen. Gotta get home to the kiddos, but
yeah, permanent vacation.
yeah, I know, it'd be nice.
Yeah. So just to note, Durian Rider is on the back of me. So Durian Rider is following my wheel on the 16 kilogram bamboo bike. So and it was quite interesting because if you go to my Strava, you can see Durian Rider's ride on this ride, and I think he pushed like as many watts as he did for his sub 30 PR on this sub 35 TT, just because of how much the bamboo bike weighs, trying to push it for a sub 35. Yeah. I don't know who this guy is in front of me, or to the I think that's Paul Scally or something.
That's Paul Smuts.
What's his name?
Paul Smuts from South Africa.
Something on pasta. What is it?
Oh, Paul likes pasta.
Paul likes pasta on YouTube. Yeah, South African dude, very strong. Just started really, but he's definitely got the build to be a good climber. So Paul's just looking around to make sure everybody's still on his wheel.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to actually see how Durian Rider actually drops the group, since we're not going to show it, he actually motor paces up the rest of the mountain. I have it on my channel. If you go over to Carb Doping, you guys can check it out.
But yeah, you can see pretty much this entire time I'm keeping around, like staying over 95 cadence all the way, and like we've been talking recently about what is too much cadence. Like when do you start to? Because we were saying that when we start to spin, it raises our heart rate when we spin too much. Like, and what is the sweet spot for spinning? Let us know what do you when you're doing a longer effort? What do you do? What is your cadence? What is your average optimum cadence when you're trying to go full gas up your climbs? Because it'd be interesting to see what people find works for them. Because when I start to spin too much, my heart rate goes up, and that's when I start to panic. So it's keeping a consistent cadence when I'm in the saddle seems to be key. And for me, it seems to be 95 to 105. And anything over that, I mean, like, if I'm doing it for any long period of time, then I know that I'm going to be raising my heart rate beyond what it should be.
Yeah. So Loris 2211 says when I'm racing mountain bike, I average 95 cadence. I beat freely 95. So that's great.
Yeah.
So there was a gentleman today that said, usually to put out my watts, I'm comfortable at 85. So it's like today, like say I was at like one. Here we go. Yes, you're working.
Oh, okay,
Awesome,
cool.
Tommy.
Sorry about
Thank
that.
you.
So the Wi-Fi just seems to be a bit flaky where we are. Or we need to be outside because we're talking quite loudly, and where we are is like, it will be impolite to be inside talking like we are. But what were we saying? What were we talking about? Cadence.
Cadence and wattage, and like going to a point where your cadence is so high that you're not really putting out the watts, and you're kind of just like spinning out.
Yeah, spinning it like. And I was going to say that it's just, I think it's personal preference what range of cadence is going to work for you, because heart rate differs from person to person. Because I think my max heart rate is like 195 maybe, something like that. What about you?
So everybody says I should have around like a 195, 200. And then I got tested once for VO2 max. He said 172, but I've comfortably climbed at 195 on a hill for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and like 185 was just like clutch, like.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on how fit you are too, I guess.
I think it does. Yeah, it definitely varies from person to person on heart rate.
Yeah. So George, he said optimum cadence is based on length of effort, intensity of effort, and individual psychological differences.
Yeah, definitely.
So he would be doing around 95 RPM for 20 to 30 minutes full gas on the Doi.
Yeah, sounds perfect. Yeah, that sounds wicked.
George, have you ridden the Doi? You know a lot.
Yeah. If you haven't, you should. What time do you think you'd get?
Shorter cranks help most people with high cadence. Wiggins used to ride 170 cranks, and he's 6'3". Yeah, I'm 6'2.5". I have 175s now, just because like when I had a coach last year, he recommended that I get them. That 172.5 wasn't long enough. But I think I'm going to get 165s on my track bike again so that I could have a better cadence with a harder gear, possibly.
Yeah. So I'm now following Paul Van's wheel, pro cyclist from South Africa, pacing us. And then this is Jay Wattage on the left.
Did Alpe d'Huez?
Yeah, Jay just did Alpe d'Huez 6 times in one session in a day, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. I thought that's what it was, but he did Alpe d'Huez 6 times, like back to back.
Eric, he's 5'7" and he rides 165 millimeters.
I haven't specifically gotten a crank length. I think I've got 3 bikes and they've all got different crank lengths.
Are you fit for all 3 bikes?
What's that? Oh no. But it's like, I don't know. I haven't noticed a difference. I think that was the only bit that we didn't pedal at for 1 second. There you go. The watts go back up again. Yeah, but I've not really concentrated on getting a bike fit.
Yeah,
on any of my bikes really.
I mean, I gotta say you look pretty damn natural on your bike. So.
Oh, good. That's good to know.
I was gonna say bike fit changed my life, but yeah, you look pretty damn dialed on your bike. That's why I asked you, because you're like, I have different crank arms. That's the only reason why I questioned that you didn't have a bike fit. Is because you said that,
it's interesting. I think what it is I film myself from the outside perspective a lot, so that I can see what everything looks like. You know, my pedal stroke and how I sit on the bike and stuff. But I definitely don't have an aggressive bike position though. My bike position is quite Tory really. You know, like my saddle isn't that high. It's just above the bars. My stem isn't slammed. But
I don't like slam stems at all.
No, I mean look at Jay. Jay has a really aggressive, like, you know, his saddle is so high compared to where his bars are.
Quick shout out to Louis Govey. Can't wait to see you on Tuesday, bro. I know you arrive on Tuesday. You commented on the Facebook earlier when I was social meeting. Look forward to meeting you, man.
Look forward to it.
Tuesday, he probably won't arrive before we do Doisatep because we do it so damn early. But yeah, man, maybe Wednesday we're talking about maybe you could ride up once with us. We were talking about doing a triple doipoi.
Yeah.
So if you want to get in on that action, maybe you could ride one at least, because I know you're going to be tired from traveling. Let's make it happen.
Best way to clear your lungs after the flight is doing a Doisatep or 3. Some water.
Oh yes, please, thank you. George Corbin, haven't ridden it. Nearest thing is Sa Calabora in Mallorca.
Sacalabra, yeah.
Yeah, check it on Strava for the
Yeah,
goy.
Sacalabra's cool,
I
yeah.
hope for 28, but probably 29 something. Talk is cheap though.
Haha.
Yeah, man, you never know until you get
28,
results, man. You gotta go
28.
by results.
That's pretty sick.
You want to answer this? Does it rain every day now that the monsoon has arrived?
Does it rain every day? Every other day, I would say. Every other day it rains, but it clears up so quickly and dries up so quickly. You wouldn't even know about it. Like we wake up in the morning and it's usually either rain from the night before and the ground's a little bit wet, or it rains after we finish doing the Doy Step. So it's normally right. Here's the only downhill bit, and we sped up.
Yeah, you guys are moving. Man, I don't think I've ever gone that fast on that section. To me, it feels like a false flat.
Yeah, it does feel like a false flat. But like the thing is, so Paul shouted, like stay on the wheel because he was going to speed up basically, and you need that draft. We need like this was the point where if you lost the wheel, then you're done for because without the draft, there's just no way you're sticking to the wheel for the rest of the time. But we're coming to like the last quarter of the climb, the last like 2 or 3 kilometers.
Yeah. So real quickly before we get to the end, Luis asked, "Is wet weather better for the TT?" I don't think it's better. Not at all. It's very dangerous. When we do this at 6:30 in the morning, you do get hot and soaked by the time you get to the top because you're so hot. But it's very cool compared to, and you'll know this when you get here if this is your first time. Like once like 10, 11 hits, it is. Like, I'm used to 100-degree weather at home, but the humidity is just, like, top-notch. Like, 90% humidity or maybe even 100, maybe? You think?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
But it's not bad in the morning, but it's hot when you're going up the hill because you're pushing up, you know, if you got to do a 40 minutes of climbing, you're going to sweat big time.
The sweat is crazy. I've never sweated so much in my life.
Best solo times.
I 34:23, and yours was 37...
37,
14, I think it was.
37, 14.
Yeah.
I don't know if that counted as solo today, but
solo time.
Yeah, solo.
34:50.
I did a 39 something solo. The second time I did it 41 with mountain tires, and then I did 39 with the road tires, and then the TT yesterday 38, and then today 37:14 with Ash.
Yeah, my power for my solo was 338 watts for 35 minutes or whatever, 35:50. So if on the sub 30 or tomorrow, if I can push 338 watts, that's probably going to do it. But I don't know. We'll see.
Nagay, full natty, brah.
Yeah. Everyone's full natty. This is a full natty group. I can tell you.
So if you could just post it in the comments, Nagay. Is this Sun Yi Park or is it a different person?
So in a minute, we start to get to the end and I pull away because I feel like I can go. But yeah, it's the TTs with the wet is definitely your wheel slips a lot. When the gradient starts to kick up, your wheel does slip a lot. And when you're trying to get out of the saddle, you're putting a lot of watts and going nowhere. So here we go. So I decided to go for it.
Only solo should count on Strava.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm definitely going to do some more solo efforts.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I looked and everybody below me, under 34:50 or whatever, they're all in groups. They've all done their times in groups. Their fastest times anyway. I reckon fastest solo time I could do was maybe a 32. Probably like 350 watts maybe. That would be pushing it.
Give me till the end of the month. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm getting really like fired up. I felt really good today, and we weren't even going for a PR today. No. So
just felt it.
More practice. Practice makes perfect, man. You just keep doing something. If you love doing something and you keep doing it, you're bound to get better.
Yeah, man.
Like there could be a point where you like just gas out and you can't do any better for a while. But if you just keep practicing and you recover properly, you can figure out where you can cut time as long as you're not cutting corners.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. So almost last kilometer, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be like this left and then a right and then the red ground.
So I think I think they're pretty close to my wheel. I've not broken away, that's for sure. That I can hear them panting behind me, heavy breathing
Yeah. So
on my wheel.
if you guys got any more questions, shoot them over here, and we'll try to get them answered because this is just about the finish. It's probably got like maybe two more minutes.
2 more corners.
I feel someone who does have is the nerve burden cycle.
Yeah, that's
I'm not using arm covers, long sleeves, as I said. I did refurbish a couple of yoga pants into leg warmers and coolers. Luis,
What's this?
nice. He made
Oh, I
arm
see.
sleeves out of yoga pants.
Nice.
Did your girl wear those yoga pants for like a year to class, or are they? Did you just like find them at the thrift store?
That's quite a good idea. Then you can like remember her by the smell
like
while
the
you're
scent
here.
of a woman.
Yeah. There's a picturesque waterfall. Don't let it distract you. And there's a sign with a truck that says how steep the next bit is, saying no truck should go up here because it's like, yeah, it gets pretty steep in the wet for sure.
Just reminding you guys that you're going up on a Tuesday. Have either of you guys ever had issues with knee pain? Eric the Banana, the number one cause of knee pain is grinding it out like a grinder. If you have proper gearing, then you can spin to win, or you can spin and spin out, but you'll be spinning. So if you're fit properly on your bike and you don't have a lot of slack in your knees and you got proper gearing, you're going to have less knee pain.
For sure.
I've been climbing more this week than I have in months put together. No joke. Never climb at home. It's like very rarely that I'll get out in the mountains. And my legs, they feel phenomenal, bro.
Yeah, definitely. So when we did Doi Pui 2 times, it gets incredibly steep. And on the second time, we were properly grinding, and I felt my knee cartilage just like getting ground down as we were doing it. So I wish this camera, by the way, was a bit more wide angle, because Durian Rider is right now. He's on the left of me, panting, trying to get in front of me, and I get out of the saddle and I'm like, no, not today, Durian Rider.
Yeah. Okay, so Luis, 24-hour ride, possibly, that could maybe happen. We'll see. It's a little crazy out here when you don't have service or you're a foreigner and you speak Thai. You could bundle up yourself a pretty expensive tip, like just having to get back home or just being lost. It would suck. So we'll see about the 24-hour ride. There's some rides coming up, but when you get here, we'll talk about it. So, and Jake, we're staying 22nd. He's staying till, and I'm staying till the 27th, so 3 weeks.
So this bit, here we go. Here comes the featherweight dude.
Yeah.
Like he held my wheel the whole way, just sort of drafted me, and then just went. And I can't get out of the saddle until I get to the dry bit, and then I'm climbing like Pantini in the drops. So there he goes.
Airplane
God
overhead.
Damn it.
People are leaving Thailand.
So here comes the line. Second place.
Cool. So remember, Luis, you specifically, since you're coming, don't stop your Garmin at the line. You're gonna want to stop your Garmin
by the stray dog
up at the corner, like at like the last cone. Today I stopped it and it was 37:18, and I got 37:14 on Strava, so it was like right before that. But once you get to the curve, it's like supposed to stop the segment.
But that is the TT. I got for that TT. My time was 23. Oh, sorry, 34:23, and yours was
38:38.
Yeah. So wait for the plane.
What?
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining us. Let us know if you want to, in the comments when I upload this video, if you want to see more live streams like this, and we'll be more than happy to do them, answering your questions and stuff, and more TTs, more epic rides and stuff, just talking over the footage, answering your questions.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me, guys.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you.